The last one, the itty bitty baby, is the Toyota Children's Learning Garden. And it is on the east side. And it is tiny. This was a project that was done through Bette Midler's New York Restoration Project program, which is a fantastic program. Basically, the organization either takes nominees or goes out and finds sites that are not being used for anything and turns them into community gardens. And what community gardens means is very wide-ranging. So some are about food production, and others are just about occupancy, giving somebody a vest pocket park. So this was the existing conditions of the site. And you know, one of the reasons we created a garden, as you'll see, but one of the reasons that we did is that somebody, we don't even know who, went and put in a mulch path, and there were, you know, some perennials. It wasn't a you know, wonderful, beautiful garden. There wasn't even any place to sit. But because we knew somebody took ownership of it, we felt that the right thing to do would be to respond to that existing use. So this is a plan of it, and those of you who went to Spider Island, I was with me today, I was talking about the sense of the journey and how one of the things that you want to do as a designer when you're in a box like this is to figure out a way to weave people through those sites in a way that makes it feel like it's actually much bigger than it is. This is only 1,600 square feet, which in New York is, you know, 4 studio apartments or maybe 4 one-bedrooms. And even though per square foot it costs a lot, we had to remediate the soil, we had to you know, provide furniture, plants are very expensive, and so we decided that the theme would really be about plants and that the rest of the material would be very quiet. So we had a, you know, this is one of those projects where you kind of use up some of your chits. So we had a friend of the firm who was a carpenter who made benches for us out of wood that he didn't, you know, had no use for. Most of the pavement is gravel. It allows infiltration of water into the plant beds. So it becomes this garden crunch underfoot. It's called the Children's Learning Garden because we picked plants that had scents or color differences or textural differences, because it also happens to be a neighborhood full of kids. And so the idea was take a step off of the city sidewalk and come in and have a bit of nature. This was a young metal artist who came up with the idea for an arbor. He was really happy to have a commission that, you know, would be built. So you can see a lot of this is just, it's about the journey. And the neighbors take care of the park. That's one of the deals that Bette Midler's organization does, is that neighborhoods have to adopt those spaces, right? So there's a lot of work that goes on before, you know, any plans are even drawn about how this is going to blend into the community. So this is the last slide, but I think it kind of sums up that despite, you know, our great progress with sustainability and coming up with systems and understanding those systems for sustainability, in reality, none of that matters if you can't have the social sustainability that is necessary for people to adopt landscapes and to adopt place and to invest themselves in a way that will ensure that there is a longevity, a sustainability to those places. So while there's a lot of engineering in our work and there's a lot of thought about things that aren't even seen, there's just as much thought, if not more, on making sure that those become places that people want to occupy and pass on to future generations. So thank you.